And we're back working through component 1. We have talked about component 2 reflection, but let's take a moment to look at the component 1 reflection, which consists of question number 5 and question number 9. Now, I personally do not answer the questions in this way because after thinking about the way, as when I was an assessor, thinking about the logically how it would progress, it just seemed like to me these 3 questions here, 6, 7, and 8, would come ahead of the student impact. So it would be a natural flow of your need to explaining what you did to grow, to explaining how you integrated technology, ensured fairness, equity, interacted and involved other people. And then voila, there was student impact, number 4. And then I put the 2 reflections together at the end, because the end is a reflection. That's how I do it. But the National Board has them this way because these 4 do not have to be answered in both PGEs. So clearly this, number 9, should be answered at the end of your second PGE. It kind of wraps up the component 1 as a whole. So let's start there just because we want to know that this is at the very end. When you think of the broader context, which is the bigger picture of both PGEs and your practice since initial certification or your last renewal, they want you to look for patterns or themes that have emerged and define you as an educator. So you're going to really think about your professional growth. This looks like so many different things. Some examples of things I've seen are teachers have grown in systematic reading instruction. They've grown in collaboration. They've grown in developing supports for minorities. They've really grown a lot inside of equity. They've grown in social justice. They've grown around with some other examples like 21st century teaching and learning, student engagement. There's just so many different patterns and themes that can be out there. There's no right or wrong. You look at your 2 PGEs together and figure it out. Number 5 is really where you're going to make sure that you include one of these, your steps, your milestones, or your goals. Steps will add up to be a milestone. Goals will show that you did some things ahead to meet them. And so for me, I know that the milestone is super important because you can't renew without a milestone in at least one of your PGEs. So I just go straight to the milestone and I just help the assessor know exactly what the milestone is. It runs all the way through my storyline of my paper from, question 1 to 2 to 3 to 6, 7, 8, then back to 4, and voila, it's just kind of there. And inside of my Renew Like a Pro program that I have put together and that teachers run through, it just naturally happens. So it's kind of hard to say how it happens until you kind of go through it and you're like, wow, there's my milestone. But you don't have to do steps, milestones, and goals. Your steps will equal the milestone. Your goals will come out to be the milestone. But I, again, just like to use the word milestone, like a milestone in my practice. So it's very clear that I have a milestone. And then you want to put changes, additions, and or next steps that would enhance your professional growth. So when you think of each one of your PGEs, at the very end of each one of your PGEs, you want to have the milestone wrapping it up if there is a milestone, or the goals that were met or steps. And then you want to tell them about any changes, additions, or next steps that you would have in that PGE. All right, you're going to do the same thing in PGE 2 with this, and then you'll wrap it up with your patterns and themes at the end, patterns or themes at the end of PGE number 2. So just get in your reflective voice. If you're in my boot camp, I talk to you about the reflective voice, how it's different from the descriptive voice. You've got to get in the boot camp. It's over at tracybryantstuckey.com. There's a link below this video. Go get in it. I teach you all about milestones in that, teach you about most of these questions. I try to give you as much information as possible and really help you to define your needs, which are crucial here in C1, and learn how to write in a story. Okay, so if you get inside of that reflective voice, the assessor will find it and they will make sure they pull evidence for it. Good luck with that. Talk to you soon.